And that leads into the next question. What is your understanding of the United Nations status as a sovereign nation, and my plans to protect it? We're not totally sovereign due to the fact that we don't have a sustainable system here to protect that sovereignty. We were fortunate enough to have the casino and have that funding utilized for programs and services, and fortunate enough to have grants and help with our healthcare facility and our health. But we're not totally sovereign. Can we be sovereign? We can be sovereign, but we first need to get the different revenue streams in place. Once we have that, we can build our sovereignty, because we won't need to depend on nobody else. We'll be able to be self-sustained, and that's the goal. I got all this knowledge, but I can't use it. It's who wants to learn it? I have no idea. It'd be great. I got education in here from nanotechnology, health, all the way up to building, to building whatever. I can go in so many different directions. Of course, I need a team to develop what I have in here, because there's so many things that I don't know how to do. But when I dive in, I know the way and the path to get that knowledge to do it. But when you have a team, all that can happen like feng shui. So let's get back to the question. What is your understanding of United Nations status as a sovereign nation and your plans to protect it? I plan to use this to protect it. Okay? First, we build here. We have to focus on building here. And when I say building here, that's the laws and bylaws and the revenue streams that we're going to need. Because we got people on the reservation, we got people off the reservation, and we got people that are out there, and they don't know the culture. A lot of them don't know the culture, and some of them do. Many of them here do, but the language is most important, because that's what defines Oneida, is the language. And through the language comes the customs, and I believe that must be protected. I've been raised, and my life's been upside down, inside out as a child, home to home, my mom, and trying to understand more language is just difficult. My mom spoke two to three different languages. My dad, he speaks English, and he was speaking some Latin. And then the environment around me, where I live in Chicago, and then out here I try to pick up some of the words. It's a lot, especially when you're in your teens and you're trying to just wrap your mind around it, but then still grasp you got to live your life. But it's a struggle, but it's a process that can be done. I mean, personally, I dip in and I dip out sometimes to try to get the words, but I'm gonna pursue it and see how far I can get with it, and hopefully I'll be talking with my kids one day in the next 10 years. Some good communication. So what is your understanding of United Nations status, sovereign nation? Okay, so Congress gives us that. That's Congress can do a lot. I get that. What are some changes you'd make in your government provided the opportunity? One change for sure that I would make in the government would be, we can't have the BC running businesses that the BC doesn't know how to run. BC and business and politics. It's hard to separate the two, but you need some sort of entanglement. But you don't need to be micromanaging something unless you are a subject matter expert at the particular business. So what I'm saying is this: a business and politics have to have the right balance of laws and the right balance of policies and the right people to run those businesses. You don't have the right people to run the businesses, the people will complain. And when the people complain and they want something done, they turn to the BC to do something, and then the BC in turns does something, but now has to either hire out, find someone for that position, or has to manage that business because of a failed joint venture or a failed business plan or whatever it may be. So when we go into adding new revenue streams for the tribe, we need to make sure that we have a team that is cross-functionalized in all the areas of the business that really matters to create its sustainability, to keep going. That's what I would say. The Constitution has some things in it that kind of I don't get, but I don't have that paper right here with me right now when I was looking at it. But there are some things to look at. I didn't answer that question. That was actually some months back. I didn't finish answering that question for somebody, but hopefully that kind of elaborates it right there. What's the other one? What I would make to the government. If we got to travel, I mean, it has to be worth it. Really, it does. I understand that we have to keep we have to keep good with our allies in the world, in the nation, in the government. I get it. The trainings, all the stuff that we got to do. But, you know, time and time again, I hear people just take advantage of that, and you shouldn't be taking advantage. It's not a vacation for you. It's you're getting paid to do a job, so do the job. If you're gonna go on that journey, well, it's great to come back with the information and really elaborate that, and that's critical. That's just something that, I mean, common sense that I would do and just share, because you go get that information, you should be back sharing that information. That training that you went out there to take, it's not just for you, it's for everybody. So if I was sent out and I got this position, I was sent out to do some training. Well, that training, I got to share that training. You know, a good report would be great for the people. I think that's you know, that should be you know, addressed. You know, that when you go on a vacation, or no, excuse me, when you go on a travel to a particular learning, I'm gonna have to pause this video because I'm feeling like I need to get some sugar in me. So I'm gonna do that. All right. Excuse me. All right, so what was I talking about? Something about travel. Okay, yeah. So yeah, maybe we can incorporate some of those type of reportings when you go out to travel. to maintain our allies throughout the country, and stay up to date on things. Okay, so next, I want to touch base as fast as I can so this is not too long for you guys. Critical land acquisition. What do I think about land? I think it's very important that we do get our land acquired. But I've been looking at the amount of money that we're spending on parcels of land, and I'm looking at the amount of or excuse me, not the amount, but I'm looking at I'm weighing in the amount of money spent on the parcel of land and the strategies that are being used to kind of block our neighbors from being able to do certain things. So we need to be a little bit smarter in how we do that. So I think we're going to need some people to be a little bit better in negotiating for that land. I'm just thinking, how many homes can be built? Like I'm a builder, you know what I'm saying? I could do so, I have talent to do so many different things. I'm not building homes straight off. I'm building garages, I'm remodeling homes. I can rebuild them if I want, but I'm running a small business for myself. Now I'm a general contractor, and I've took a lot of courses. I've got a lot of knowledge, but we need to develop on the land we currently have. That's another key thing that we need to do. So to find the right mentality, the developers with the right mentality. Like, I got some ideas we can use. The swampland, you know, can be changed. It can be converted to be buildable upon, but we just need to have the right engineers, the right stamps of approval, and take the right safety measures. We're living in 2020 right now, and the technology is out there. Back when I was in college, I said, why don't we have skyscrapers? Well, the land was probably can't hold the weight. So I said, well, why don't we use carbon nanotechnology? It's 200 times the strength of steel and 1/16 the weight. I started using all the knowledge that I was attaining, and then bam, the chairman of the college, he's like, yeah, that's smart. It's very conductive as well. Not sure if you guys know. There's a lot of different business adventures we can join in. I like the hemp idea. The hemp idea is great. Building with hemp is awesome. We get the license, we start building, we start growing hemp. And we can, during this process, we can go out there, get our contracts about estimating about how much we'll have, and distribute it out once it's all raised. And you know, we can make money in so many different ways through hemp. It's very clean, and I believe that is some part of our future that we should take advantage of. That is a good revenue stream, I believe. Another one, another idea I would come out with is health. I want to touch base on some health. Okay, so I think I touched a little bit on the hyperbaric oxygen treatments center. We should have one, a big one, one that can hold many people, and some that are single, to hold you know, maybe a few or even one at a time. Right now, insurance companies pay for that. We send our people out and we pay for that, and that's about $1,000 an hour, the last I understand, at the hospitals. So we can treat so many different diseases and ailments with that. That is one one key revenue stream that we should already have been taking advantage of, that would be helping us to this day right now, especially people with COVID. We don't necessarily have to have people with COVID sitting in a chamber unless we need them to sit in a chamber. We can actually utilize the helmets to offer them oxygen. I want to thank you guys for watching part 1 and part 2, and I'm going to wrap it up. Just say thank you for watching the videos, and please consider me at the polls on Saturday, and I hope that you guys know more about me and get a little bit more comfortable, and cool. You guys have a blessed day, and be safe.